Welcome back, guys, to yet another World of Warcraft video on this channel. Today is going to be our weekly gold making video, basically where I go over everything that we've been doing this week and also what we're looking forward to, but specifically what we've been making gold on, and basically me going into everything that, that we've been doing, why we've been investing into things, what we've been selling, good, bad prices, all of that stuff. But before we get into it, make sure that you guys drop a like on the video. Also, subscribe to the channel and put all the notifications on. Ding the notification bell, because that's, I tell you guys to do it, and chances are some of you will actually, think about it, and I appreciate it. And also, I want to thank every single one of the patrons over on Patreon. I know I talk about this pretty much every single video, but the reason that I do is because there's some really great value for you guys over on the Patreon, especially with the second tier TSM groups, all the ones that I have, my sniping list for Auctionator, obviously point blank sniper, but you can also get access to a very long document, and it's going to be even longer once we get into Dragonflight, that has a long list of daily gold making activities for an alt army. So if you guys are interested in any of that, make sure you hop over on the Patreon and check it out. But let's get straight into the video. So something that we talked about last week was that the auction has been slowing down, and I'm here to tell you it is still slowing down. Now, obviously, by the time of this recording of this video, we've actually seen that Dragonflight has finally gotten a release date, and we're looking at the 28th of November, which means, as you can see, it's the 30th for me when I'm recording this video. You guys probably seen this one day later, unless you're not watching it on the day of releases, but that's besides the point. That means we're just about 2 months away from the release of the expansion. Now, obviously, there's also going to be the pre-patch, but we don't have an announcement for when the pre-patch is going to be yet. But basically, what this means is that we are inching closer and closer and closer to the release of the expansion, and as we get closer, people are going to be returning to the game, starting to play again, getting their alts ready, all of this stuff. So obviously, with the auction slowing down right now, it's probably going to be in its slowest possible point right now, okay? And in a couple weeks, when we see some news about the pre-patch, that's when it's going to pick up again. So if you're not able to sell as much as you usually are, don't worry about it, okay? Just hold on to your stuff. It's just going to be a little slow for a little bit. Don't get impatient and randomly sell your items or drop out of markets because, the prices are going low. Because the thing is, when we actually get into Dragonflight, it's going to, start going up again because a lot of people are going to be returning to the game. Now, to talk about what we have been doing, we've actually been leveling a little bit, because they also announced that the Winds of Wisdom experience buff, the 50% experience buff, is coming back to the game. And it's coming back the next reset here at the start of October, which is very nice. But besides that, we've obviously been reinvesting and selling a bunch of stuff. Now, as you guys can see, the profit is looking like 546k. These last 7 days, and we're looking at obviously 2.4 million spent and almost 3 million in sales. Now, there is a little more. I have some more in my mailbox, some more stuff in the auction house, but we're not going to count that for the video. Now, if we compare this to any of my previous videos, this is really low. I've been spending a lot less time at the auction house because there's not been much competition and not many sales either. But even with all that in mind, still being able to sell for 3 million over 7 days is still really good. It's just, it's all about the perspective and how you think of it. And we've been able to do actually some pretty decent sales too. I'll show you guys here. We were able to sell 2 Captured Dune Scavengers. We've been able to buy these for 90k. One went for 116, 118. And these, like, obviously it's not that much profit, it's not that great. But still, it's like, 25 to 30k, which is still acceptable. But I also still have like 8 of these laying around. We also were able to sell 4 depleted Kyperium rockets, 72k. This is not very much profit. It's probably only in the ballpark of like 7,000-8,000, but that's still really good, considering how easy these are to craft. We were also able to sell a Broken Blade of Heroes. This is a ultimate drop, and we sold this one for 38k. I've been holding on to this for a while, so I was fine selling this off to a random individual. We actually also sold a Janus Lockets for 29.5k, which is good because we've been able to buy these for an average of 21k, so pretty good sale on that. Now, we were also able to sell a Sky Golem. We've been able to sell 2 more today, so you can't see that, but we have been able to sell 2 more of these just today for 28.5k. So as you can see, we bought them for 25k, so it's a 3,500 gold profit. We've, as we do every week, as you guys can see, we've been able to sell quite a lot of these Panthers. It's not a lot of profit. I will say it's not a whole ton of profit. These are only a couple thousand profits. These 23,700, that's even less. But the 25k ones are the ones that we are looking at. But I don't mind the low sell prices, and if they ever get below profit, that's also okay. We'll just wait it out until we post more. We also were able to sell a Pocket Fell Spreader for 25k. We bought these ages ago for like 5,000 gold, so that's a pretty nice profit on that. We were also able to sell another Janus Locket here, but only for 22,000. I actually wasn't paying attention to this, but luckily it is still profit, especially on the lower ones. We were also able to sell a couple Marauder pieces. We've been able to buy these for low amounts of gold. You can only see one purchase here, but the other ones that we bought, because we bought 4 in total, we bought them for around this price. So being able to sell another one for 19,000 gold is really nice, especially considering we bought one of them for 3,333. We also had a sale on a Wild Marauder boots. We were able to buy these for 6.5k and selling them at 16. So it's, you know, almost a 10k profit. Really nice too. And as you can see, we were also able to sell another one of these Halberd of Acthea. And basically what this means now is that we are like, even last week when I showed you guys the 22k sale that we had here, it's a 21,000 gold sale, we were pretty much already in profit now, so selling these for that much is really great. We were also able to sell a Sleet Guard Great Belt for 12k, and as you guys can see, we bought 7 of these, actually more of them, but 7 buys, as you can see, 2.5k average, so that's 18,000, and just one sale gave us 12k, so that's looking really nice. And then there's some more crafted stuff. There's a couple smaller flips. There's actually a lot of crafted stuff. And we were also able to sell a decent amount of Enchanted Elementium bars. It definitely slowed down a little bit this week, but I was still happy with it overall. We were also able to sell a lot of Ancient Mana Gems, and you can see here with the Ancient Mana Gems that we are currently in profit. We only have 53 of them left, but we are at profit, so whatever we sell them for, they're basically 100% profit. We're also able to sell a couple more Primal Might. They're actually down to 850 gold now, which is pretty bad, so I'm holding on to them for my crafting activities, really. And then we were able to flip some Blood on the Mountain here. We have 10 left, but we are actually in profit here. 43,000, not the greatest, but it's still significant, so I'll take it. But besides that, we don't really have... Well, actually, we sold a lot of Spirit of War. Spirit of War, we're pretty far away. You can see that we still have 1,200 laying around, and we are currently... How much is that? 260,000 gold away from profits, and currently we've been selling them for 200 gold, so 1,200 times the 190 or whatever it is. Currently, if we were to sell them, all of them, for around that amount, we'd be looking at close to profit. But the thing about these Spirit of War, we've bought more. We lost some sales data and some buy data on these. We actually use these for crafting as well, so if it doesn't work out, worst case scenario, we can just use it for crafting. We were also able to sell quite a lot of these Ancient Mana Crystals. As you guys can see, we've been able to sell 846 of them for an average of 209, and we've been able to buy them for an average of 183. Now, they are actually quite low on the posted price. They're at 177 right now, which is not very good. If we were to sell all of them at this point, we wouldn't be able to profit very much. We might even lose some gold. So I'm probably holding on to a lot of these. But besides that, it's smaller portions. We're also able to sell some magnificent hide. You make these in leatherworking, Mr. Pandaria, with 50 exotic leather, I believe. So I've been grabbing up super like big amounts of very, very cheap, like 1 gold, 50 exotic leather, and actually getting it through that. We were also able to flip quite a significant amount of Dreadfang Venom Sacks. We've been able to buy these for, as you can see, a smart average buy price for 68 gold. And you can see we're able to sell absolutely thousands of them for 85 gold, 84 gold, around that. And then also some at 73. So 10 to 20 gold profit on those. Very good considering how many it is. But besides that, I don't think there's really anything else. Yeah, there's not. Yep, there's not. So that's really all that we have. And this turns out to obviously be around the 3 million in terms of our sales. Now, I do want to go over a couple of our investments that we've actually done. We did get back into this market of Sky Strider gliders. These were all the way down to 72 gold, and we still have a lot of them. We bought like 3,200. They're still in the mailbox. That's why they're not showing up. And besides that, we actually bought some more Plundered Blade of Northern Kings. And we actually invested into a lot of Shadowlands transmogs. Some scythes, some masks, things that you can only get from rares or chests around in the Covenant zones. That is something that we went for. We also got this is an Alliance-only Battered Hilt, which isn't really that great for Terran Mill, but we got it for 15k, so I'm sure we can do some great stuff with that. And as you can see, we got that Jaina's Locket for 17k, so selling that one for 21,000 was alright. And then we were able to sell 40. No, we were actually able to buy 40 fresh Talbot meat for 4,000 gold. And this fresh Talbot meat is a little all over the place, but overall it's doing pretty well. We were also able to buy 5 Warren Troll Dice, and for 5k each. The regional sale average is 7.5k. These can easily sell for 20,000, so that was a very, very easy purchase for me. But we also bought, as you can see, 2,400 arcane crystals, and the reason that we did this was because obviously to craft a bunch of enchanted elementium bars, which we've been profiting quite greatly on that. But besides that, not really much of anything else. It's, you know, obviously we invested into the Dreadfang Venom Sacks. We flipped a lot of them. A lot of these things that are in here, we've actually turned profits around pretty quickly. We still have a lot of the materials laying around. And we have some extra stuff here, but nothing too huge. You can see here all the Sky Strider gliders. But that's what we've been up to on the auction house. It's been pretty slow, not too much activity, and I don't imagine the next week is going to be much different. But obviously, we'll see what happens. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I hope you guys liked this video. And if you did make it this far, if you did make it this far, I want you to type in the chat cookie. You're going to type cookie in the chat. Well, not in the chat. It would be in the comments. But you know what I mean. Just type cookie down there. You should definitely do it. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. Until the next one. See you guys.